Hi everyone, it's Nick. Welcome back to my channel. Okay, in this video, we are going to be talking about rich people decor that needs to go, part 2. Because you guys really loved this the first time, because apparently there's nothing more fun or funny than class warfare. So we are going to be talking about rich people decor that I see all the time on Architectural Digest tours or in magazines or on social media that I think either looks hideous or is just really played out and just, you know, rich people have all the budget in the world. Why aren't they doing things that are a little bit more interesting than the 5 items that I have on this list? Now, some of you might say, Nick, you're just jealous. And to that I say, yes, that is true. I wish I had the unlimited budget that these celebrities have, but I do not. As I sit here from my apartment, I will comment on these grand mansions from Los Angeles. So let's talk about these items and make fun of them. Let's go. Okay, first up is going to be the DS600 sofa. My hatred of weird, kooky, crazy, freaky looking sofas continues. I don't like this sofa. If you're not aware of this sofa, not familiar with it, it is a modular sofa, which I do genuinely like. I do like modular sofas. I think it is great to fit in big spaces or small spaces, and they can look really, really cool. I like modularity. It's kind of a thing that really came in the 70s, and it's back in a lot of really great sofas. I like modular sofas. This is a really weird, freaky one. This is a centipede sofa that rich people are putting in their grand mansions all the time. You buy it in little weird looking slivers, so you can make it as big or as small as you want. However, it is usually put in insanely large spaces to make a huge kind of kooky, weird, kind of crazy statement. I don't love the centipede sofa. I'm not going to lie to you. I really don't like it in leather, which is, by the way, like usually where you see it. I don't know if you can only get it in leather, but I really don't like it in leather. I just think it looks really 90s. And like I was watching on Netflix the show Halston. Did you guys see that with Ewan McGregor? Anyway, and he had the sofa in an office lobby in like a Manhattan Tower back in like 1995. And that is honestly where this sofa belongs. That is where I think it's really in its element. It just feels very 90s to me for some reason. And I didn't love the 90s really to begin with. Like I didn't like it the first time. I was there, it wasn't great. I know everyone's got a revival with the 90s right now. It wasn't good the first time. I don't think we really need to repeat it. So this sofa is back and has been for a while, and I see it in all of it's these really grand living rooms that you see them in these big celebrity homes. And it's kooky and it's funky and it's weird, but it's completely incredibly impractical, does not fit most people, and it looks really played out. It looks really creepy to me, and I don't really like that about this sofa. And the reason I think it's impractical is really just its shape. It's designed to be curved, which is right away going to not fit most living rooms, and it is going to really be quite space inefficient. Can be really good for big conversations. So I guess if you have a massive living room, then I guess it can create a really nice conversation area for people. I think there's better ways to do it than this sofa, in my personal opinion. This sofa really honestly belongs in a hotel lobby or an all-inclusive resort, or like I said, an office building, like one of those Manhattan ones that just, you know, right there in the lobby. This is where this sofa belongs. It doesn't, in my opinion, really belong in a grand living room. I just think it looks really creepy and weird, kind of unsettling. Do you know what I mean? Like it's got an unsettling quality to it that I don't care for. Woefully impractical and very played out, and I don't like it. There are better sofas out there. Now, I will say it did make an appearance in the Hunger Games, and it very much belongs there. This is exactly the type of sofa that you would expect to see in the Capitol, just gonna say. Okay, next up on my list is going to be Too Many Fireplaces. Now, I will admit that this one for me is mostly jealousy. I'm gonna be honest, it's mostly jealousy. I don't even have one fireplace, and I wish I had one. I would just be happy with one. But they have 12. The rich have like a million fireplaces, and they have them in every single room. And we really can't talk about the Too Many Fireplaces trend without talking about the queen of fireplaces, Gwyneth Paltrow. And I will say, first of all, for the record, I do not believe that she hit him on the ski slopes. I'm just saying, I do believe her on that. I think they made the right call, is all I'm gonna say. And I will say, Gwyneth, I get why people don't like her, and I'm gonna have an unpopular opinion and just say, like, I actually, like, there's a certain wealthy, privileged, nepotism baby white woman quality that I totally understand why people can't stand it. She's like our modern day Marie Antoinette, right? Like, let them drink bone broth. I understand that, but there is a certain, like, she gets her own joke. I think she really knows who she is, and I actually kind of respect that. Like, if you are in on your own joke and you don't take yourself seriously, I actually respect that. I've seen enough interviews with her to know that I think she knows she's ridiculous, and I think she kind of rides that. And so for me, I actually kind of like Gwyneth. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say it. I know, I get why people don't like her, but I kind of like her. What was I talking about? Oh, right, fireplaces. So Gwyneth has 9 fireplaces or something in her mansion. She has 1 in the entrance. She has 1 in the dining room. So she's got lots of fireplaces. I will say they're all beautiful. They're all stunning. Like all of her fireplaces are great. Like I love the fireplaces. I love the design of them. I think they're a little bit more on the traditional side, but I think they're super, super cool and I love them. And I'm just jealous. I just want one. I want one in the bathroom, right? But the fireplace in the bathroom thing, Lily Allen and David Harbour have one in their really not great carpeted bathroom, but they also have a fireplace, right? That, what's his name? The John Leguizamo, he's got a fireplace in the bathroom. He's also got like 5 fireplaces in his Architectural Digest tour. Why do these people need so many fireplaces? Now, I will say a lot of them tend to have like New York brownstones or something, which may have had a bunch of fireplaces back in the day because, you know, they needed them for heat. So there is that, but I do think that these fireplaces are excessive. So I guess if you have a really, really old home and it just happens to have been a super rich lord's home or something back in 1780 or something, fine, then maybe you need all those fireplaces. Don't get rid of them maybe, but like for the most part, I think most of these fireplaces are crazy excessive and not really necessary, especially in the bathroom. I mean, I guess if you've got a really nice tub, maybe it would be nice to have, I'm not really a bath person, but I guess if you have a bathtub, maybe you've got a fireplace and you've got a nice view. I'm just jealous, I guess is really what I'm saying, but they do feel excessive, so they still made the list for that reason. Okay, next up on my list is gonna be the Tom Ford book with an honorable mention to the Chanel book because the Chanel is like right up in there. It's like the his and hers of coffee table books. So the Tom Ford book, I can't believe this didn't make my list last time. What was I doing to not put this on my list last time? I had to go through when I made this list for the second version. I had to go, what did I not put this on part 1? How did I miss this? Like, okay, the Tom Ford book, it's everywhere. There are so many good coffee table books out there, ones that are suiting your interests, that are actually about, like, you know, if you're an actor and you've got, like, I don't know, give me a good book about acting or something. I don't know, give me a different artist. I mean, there's lots of books out there on design, whatever your interests are, right? If you're Brad Pitt and you like architecture, or Ellen, I think she likes art, give me a book about architecture. Don't give me the same Tom Ford book over and over. It's so been done. It's a nice looking book. It's fine, but it just is so overplayed, and I can't help but think that not everybody really cares about Tom Ford that much. I just don't think I've never even opened the book, to be honest. What is it about? Is it fashion? Is it design? I don't even know. I just have seen the cover of the book 4 billion times. I'm tired of it. You're tired of it. It's a running joke at this point. Now, if you have a Tom Ford book, I feel like it's gonna almost cross the threshold where it's almost ironic to have a Tom Ford book because it's just so overdone. I have seen so many real estate listings where the stylist throws in the Tom Ford book in every room, along with, like, I don't know, a bowl full of lemons in the kitchen, which no one also ever has. And I'm just really tired of it. I'm tired of seeing the same Tom Ford and the Chanel book and the Tom Ford 2 or whatever. I'm tired of them all. They all get books that are relevant to your interest. Get books that are interesting. Go to a used bookstore and go grab some really cool ones there. Go on Amazon if you just want to grab some cool ones that you like. That's fine too, right? Like I have coffee table books. I have books that I like. They're usually about things like design, things that I actually like, but I would never put the Tom Ford book in my own home just because, like, I just don't care. And I just don't want I don't have to have the book that everybody else has, and you shouldn't either. So rich people, get rid of this. Get a new book that you can focus your energy on, preferably something in your interests. Please. Okay, next up, we are going to talk about the Togo Sofa, which I feel, oh, I just don't like this sofa. In the spirit of weird kooky couches, designer couches that I don't like, let's talk about the one that looks like a Shar-Pei dog. Let's talk about the Togo Sofa. This looks horribly uncomfortable, right? Like, to get in and out of. I'm not gonna be like, I'm old and 40 and can't get in and out of sofas, although I totally get that some people do have mobility issues and can't actually get in and out of sofas, and would look at this and go, there's no way. I could get in and out of this sofa, I just don't want to. This does not look comfortable. This doesn't, it looks sloppy. It looks sloppy. It looks like a teenage boy's couch. This looks like a sofa that is like a more beanbag chair than it is couch anymore. You know, I don't like this one. This one is not fun. It is not designer. I mean, it is, but it's just, it's so overplayed and so sloppy looking to me. Usually where I see this is in beautiful spaces that are well-designed, gorgeous materials, usually a little bit more traditional, but then they're like, ooh, I don't want the space to feel stuffy because we're rich, but we're not like stuffy rich. So we're gonna put something in that makes you feel a little bit more comfy and a little bit more casual. And so the Togo Sofa is the perfect addition that they throw in there to go, see, we're young and cool and not just like stuffy and old. And so this has become sort of that high-low moment, that like formal casual blend that I think I've seen over and over and over and over again. And I'm tired of looking at it. Now, I don't want you to take away from this video, because I believe I made fun of the Bellini sofa and the Cloud sofa last time. So I don't want you to think that I just hate on all sofas. There are beautiful designer sofas. Like B&B Italia, by the way, the Italian company that makes the Bellini sofa, has other sofas that are also gorgeous. Like they have the Tufty Time sofa. I love the Tufty Time. A little bit looks like a box of caramels, but I overall think it looks really, really cool. I quite like it. The Tufty 2, both designed by Patricia Urquiola, and she designed the Tufty Time and the Tufty 2. Gorgeous sofas. Not cheap sofas. These are like your basic sofas gonna start you at like 20,000 US, right? These are not cheap sofas. Go to Polyform, they've got great sofas. But I mean, these two sofas, they're 20 grand plus for sure. But they're beautiful. They're designer sofas. They're amazing. The construction's fabulous. They look amazing. Oh my God, if you got a beautiful big grand space and you put like a Tufty 2, I think it looks stunning. I like that sofa. I think they're really cool. And that's just my personal preference. I don't like the DS600. I don't like the Togo. I don't like I've seen the same weird, freaky sofas so many times. I'm not against expensive sofas. If you've got the budget for it, oh my God, put in something like the Tufty 2. It would be so, so cool. And you may have not heard of the Tufty 2, you dear viewer, because no one puts it in, because for some reason everybody just puts in the same 3 sofas over and over and over again, that and the Cloud. Like those are basically your sofas that are the go-to rich ones. And I'm just like, go to these fancy, amazing, beautiful Italian designers with this amazing, like gorgeous history of all these fabulous designs, and then pick something different and unique than just like the same ones over and over. That's all I'm saying. So the Togo, nope. It looks like a very fancy sofa that you would see in like a dorm room. It's like dorm room fancy, and that's not good. Okay, next up is the Noguchi Table. I know, this is a mid-century classic, and I'm not hating on the Noguchi Table in terms of like, first of all, it's a glass-topped table, which I don't like. Like, I'm not hating on the design necessarily, although I don't love a glass top table. I think glass is a great material. I love it in windows. Big fan of it in windows. But I think as a table, like dining room table, coffee table, a desk, an end table, I don't love them in a lot of furniture pieces. I just think glass is not my personal favorite choice. I think it lacks presence. I think it's a fingerprint magnet. It totally smudges all the time. You're gonna hit your shin on that thing. I don't like the feel and the material of it. There's no texture. I don't really love glass for that reason. So I don't right away love it for that. I just think that the Noguchi Table, which is the classic sort of, I'm a mid-century modern snooty person who also has the budget to buy the real one, or even something vintage, like a vintage Noguchi, which is obviously very expensive. Or if you buy a new one from Herman Miller, I guess, or whatever, then that's fine too, but still not a cheap coffee table. I feel like rich people put these in because it's like a classic mid-century piece. It's just almost become a parody of itself. You know what I mean? I feel like there's so many knockoffs. There are so many Noguchi/Noguchi-like tables that are out there that it just is just way too overplayed. Again, I'm not really saying it's a horrible design. I appreciate the history of some of these pieces, but I just don't really like them myself, and I'm really tired of looking at them because I just think, again, so many gorgeous coffee tables that are out there. There's so many things that are really, really cool. This one looks so specific. It is so classically Noguchi Table that it's really hard to put it in and not feel like, again, it's that parody of itself. It's just been so many times that it has been done. It's definitely giving you sort of law office waiting room vibes, in my opinion. Like if I walked in to a Deloitte office and they said, please, sir, Mr. Lewis, have a seat, I would 100% expect that there's gonna be something like maybe a Wassily chair, maybe you're gonna see an Eames lounge chair corner, and you're definitely gonna see the Noguchi Table right there in the waiting area. And I just think that that's not really the vibe that you should be going for in your living room. So I just think there are so many really cool coffee tables that are out there for rich people to choose from, made of amazing materials that are not glass, and they should choose those ones, is what I'm saying. That would be my preference. Again, it's not my concern. I don't live there or know these people at all, and they don't owe me an explanation for anything, but I'm just tired of looking at it. And So there you go. Okay, so that's it for me for today, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this video. Comment below what your favorite rich people item that needs to go is, because even out of jealousy or spite, it's still super fun to look at rich people's houses. So let me know which ones you're really sick of seeing, and maybe we'll share it in a part 3. Maybe I'm gonna do another one. There's so many things I see over and over and over again that I'd love to talk about. So I'll see you all in the next video. I'm gonna link here to part 1, by the way. If you haven't seen that, you should check that out, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks, bye.